Welcome back to Smart Currency Tube. Today, we're diving into a topic that's near and dear to many of our wallets: money myths that keep you broke. You know, those pesky little misconceptions that seem harmless but can really sabotage your budgeting efforts. Ever heard that you need to have a six-figure salary to save money? Or that budgeting is just for people who can't manage their finances? Spoiler alert, both are total myths. In this episode, we'll explore some of the most common financial misconceptions that might be holding you back from achieving your financial goals. We'll sprinkle in a bit of humor because, let's face it, talking about money doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. After all, who doesn't love a good laugh while learning how to keep their bank account from looking like a ghost town? By debunking these myths, you'll not only gain clarity but also empower yourself to take control of your finances. So, stick around as we unravel these misconceptions and set you on the path to financial growth. Trust us, your future self will thank you for it. Let's tackle the first myth head-on: the idea that budgeting is a joy-sucking monster that limits your freedom and enjoyment. If you've ever thought that budgeting means saying goodbye to your favorite takeout or that spontaneous weekend getaway, think again. In reality, budgeting is like having a financial GPS. It helps you navigate your spending while still allowing for fun detours along the way. Imagine this: you're at a restaurant, and the waiter hands you a menu with prices that make your wallet weep. Without a budget, you might splurge on that fancy steak, only to find yourself eating instant noodles for the rest of the month. But with a budget, you can prioritize your spending, ensuring you enjoy that steak while still saving for your next adventure. And let's be honest, who hasn't had a budgeting fail? Like the time you thought you could live off coffee alone for a week. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well. So let's flip the script. View budgeting as a powerful tool for empowerment, not a restriction. It's about making informed choices that align with your values and goals. With a solid budget, you can enjoy life while still building a secure financial future. Now, who's ready to embrace the budgeting revolution? Let's bust another myth wide open: the belief that budgeting is only for the wealthy. Spoiler alert. This couldn't be further from the truth. Budgeting is essential for everyone, regardless of income level. Whether you're a college student living on ramen noodles or a family juggling multiple expenses, having a budget can make all the difference in your financial journey. Take, for example, Sarah, a single mom working 2 jobs. She started budgeting with just a modest income, and guess what? By tracking her spending and prioritizing her needs, she managed to save enough for a family vacation. Or consider Mike, who was drowning in student loans. With a simple budget, he was able to allocate funds toward paying off his debt while still enjoying the occasional night out with friends. These success stories show that budgeting isn't about how much you make. It's about how you manage what you have. It's a powerful tool that helps you set and achieve financial goals, no matter your starting point. So, whether you're saving for a dream vacation, paying off debt, or just trying to make ends meet, remember that budgeting is your ally. It's time to embrace the idea that budgeting is for everyone, wealthy or not. Let's dive into our next myth: the idea that budgeting is just about paying bills. If you think budgeting is only about keeping the lights on and the fridge stocked, it's time for a reality check. Budgeting is like a buffet for your finances. It encompasses all aspects of financial planning, including savings, investments, and yes, even fun spending. Imagine if you went to a buffet and only filled your plate with broccoli. Sure, it's healthy, but where's the joy in that? Limiting your budget to just bills is like saying no to dessert. You can absolutely allocate funds for your hobbies, vacations, or that new gadget you've been eyeing. Let's be real. If budgeting were only about bills, we'd all be living in a world of gray, where fun goes to die. Picture this. Congratulations. You've successfully budgeted for your electricity bill, but sorry, no money left for that epic concert you've been dreaming about. Absurd, right? So let's flip the script. Encourage yourself to include personal goals and hobbies in your budgeting process. Whether it's saving for a weekend getaway or setting aside cash for that pottery class you've always wanted to try, budgeting can be a fun and empowering experience. Embrace the full spectrum of budgeting and watch your financial life flourish. Let's tackle the next myth: The notion that budgeting requires perfection. If you think you need to stick to your budget like it's a sacred scroll, let me tell you, that's a recipe for stress. The truth is, budgeting is all about flexibility and adjustments. Life happens, and sometimes your budget needs to adapt just like your favorite pair of stretchy pants after a holiday feast. Picture this. You've meticulously planned your budget for the month, only to find out that your car decided to throw a tantrum and needs a new battery. Cue the panic. But here's the kicker. Budgeting isn't about being flawless. It's about being mindful. You can adjust your budget to accommodate unexpected expenses without feeling like you failed. And let's not forget those funny budgeting mishaps. Like the time you accidentally budgeted for a night out, but ended up spending it all on a surprise pizza delivery because you forgot to eat dinner. It happens to the best of us. So, remember, it's perfectly okay to deviate from your budget as long as you stay mindful of your overall financial goals. Embrace the bumps in the road, adjust as needed, and keep moving forward. After all, budgeting is a journey, not a destination. Let's bust the myth that budgeting is a dull and tedious task. If you think budgeting is just a monotonous chore, it's time to shake things up and add some excitement to the mix. Believe it or not, budgeting can actually be a fun and creative process. For starters, there are tons of apps out there that make budgeting feel like a game. Imagine tracking your expenses like you're leveling up in a video game, complete with rewards for hitting your savings goals. You could even challenge yourself to a no-spend week and see how creative you can get with what you already have. Who knew budgeting could turn you into a culinary wizard with leftover ingredients? And let's not forget the humor in budgeting. Picture yourself sitting down with a cup of coffee, a colorful spreadsheet, and a playlist of your favorite tunes. You might find yourself dancing in your chair as you allocate funds for that new hobby you've been eyeing. The key is to find budgeting methods that resonate with your personality. Whether you prefer a traditional pen and paper approach, a flashy app, or even a budgeting board game with friends, make it enjoyable. So, let's redefine budgeting as a fun adventure rather than a boring obligation. Your wallet and your spirit will thank you. As we wrap up today's discussion, let's recap the key takeaways about the myths that can really hinder effective budgeting. We've debunked the idea that budgeting is too restrictive, only for the wealthy, solely about bills, requires perfection, and is just plain boring. Instead, we've highlighted how budgeting can enhance your financial freedom, is essential for everyone, encompasses all aspects of financial planning, allows for flexibility, and can even be a fun and creative process. Understanding and challenging these myths is crucial for your financial growth and satisfaction. By embracing budgeting as a tool for empowerment, you can take control of your finances and work towards achieving your goals, no matter where you're starting from. If you found this episode helpful, we'd love for you to engage with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content, like this episode if you enjoyed it, and share it with friends who might benefit from debunking these myths. Also, be sure to explore our related episodes for more tips and tricks on mastering your finances. Together, we can make budgeting a positive and rewarding experience. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.